Hi. This is a series of videos that I'm going to be doing once a week that is simply more off the cuff. It's a little more real. I want to be a little more honest. I want to be honest, not even a little bit more, but I want to be less edited. I want to be authentic as I show up here on YouTube, and sometimes it's just going to involve me talking about the things that are close to heart to me, to people directly like this, without editing, without any of that stuff, without any of that razzmatazz. Because some of the videos I'm going to be doing involve quite complex subjects and they require a bunch of cutting and stuff. But this is things that are just simply on my mind, raw, heart to heart. So they're more like a musing that I have about what it is that I'm doing and how it affects people. This subject in particular, breath, is so powerful to me because it's important to me. It's powerful because really the reason I'm doing this is because I want to bring people a tool that I've discovered is so powerful in transforming the way my mind works and the way I can change my life, the way I can behave and have control, have power in my life, have the ability to direct where my life is going. The breath has been, it's been indispensable in that. It is the most powerful tool that I've found. It's comprehensive. It's so important to get this information out to people and not treat it as this huge thing. I don't want people to think that they have to go off and leave a situation for 10 minutes so they can do breath work to realign themselves and to feel like they can handle whatever it is that's coming to them. Breath is an immediate tool. It's a simple and practical access point to our own well-being, our own state of mind. I know this because I've experienced this time and time again when I've been stressed, when I've been anxious. And this practice has also made me okay with being stressed and anxious because the rest of my life is at such a greater level. It's of such greater quality because my mind is clearer and I am less strained and stressed so much more of the time that it's okay when I am. See, breath work, yes, it's heavy and deep and long, but it can also, I mean, it's very definition is working the breath. So that's extending it, shortening it, controlling it. And when we have control over the base function of our life, then obviously we're going to feel like we have more control over our lives. How that might not be obvious, but it just, by extension, it seems to me logical, and it's proven itself to be that way time and time again. Knowing that in the moment I can touch back into the thing that only I have control over. Nobody else can change that about me. Yes, it's affected by the world around me, but I can also have a say in how it works. That's the root of my being. With that coming the way that I stand and by extension the way that I show up to the rest of my life. It has given me great confidence into going into new avenues in my life, trying new things, tackling new challenges in my life, and having difficult situations come into my life. The breath, not only its function, but also what it brings to me philosophically, has completely changed my life. When we think about the breath, we think about something that comes and goes. It's an inhale and an exhale. And there's always a next one. And we can always choose how we relate to that next breath, just like we can choose how we relate to that next day. It's also in the cyclical nature of life, how it comes and goes. It's up and it's down, just like breath is in and out. Masculine and feminine, all these different principles come together. But breath is a way, in essence, that I've found to manage my mind. And that has been the biggest, because the breath stands between body and mind. You think of body, mind, breath. heart, soul, uh, body. There's always some sort of trinity when it comes to um, the foundational principles of our lives. Masculine, feminine, and then the relationship. Left, right, middle. Red, green, blue. There's always some sort of trinity. Well, breath stands in between that trinity, in the middle. It is physical, and it allows us, through controlling our body, like the muscles of the diaphragm, the intercostal muscles, the abdominals, and even the neck muscles and the facial muscles, to change the mind. Because the breath and the patterns in the breath affect the nervous system, which then send the messages to those glands that release the chemicals that affect the neurochemicals in our brain. Everything from blood pressure to obesity to the density of our bones, the pH level of the blood, all of that is affected by the way we breathe. And we can control that in either a hop, skip, and a jump really quickly, or rather immediately, or we can go into a longer session where we can regulate the breath for a longer time. However, what I'm focused on is giving people more of a foundation, a foundational understanding of a healthy breath, as well as having that foundation so that they can quickly access a more enlightened, a lighter state of mind, and an ability to change their state of being and their life in that moment, not having to go off into some other room, but being powerful here now. If you can take a sense of your own breath in the moment, then you get to experience that mindfulness that people talk about, because it doesn't take much. I mean, it does take practice, but from there, it doesn't take much to see that, oh, my breath is tense and it's tight, or, oh, I'm actually quite calm right here. Because that awareness brings light to things, and it just had that awareness can give us, I mean, I'll speak from myself, it has given me such a sense of comfort knowing that, okay, yes, I feel crappy right now, but that's going to pass. Or I feel crappy right now, okay, I'm just going to breathe a little slower. Okay, I'm going to get a little more comfortable. I'm going to release the tension I have around my chest. And I'm going to breathe slower. Those changes can be so fast, and they don't require us to leave the situation, which is so important. Nowadays, the mind is under such a great strain. There are more avenues than ever right now for us to be distracted and have our consciousness taken away and have our awareness diffused and completely distracted. But awareness is the most powerful tool we have to make changes in our lives. So if we use breath, that space in between the body and the mind, we can actually transform our consciousness and take that focus back without having to meditate for years, because meditation changes the quality of the mind over time. Yes. However, quickly, breathwork can send the signals through the nervous system into the mind to have a more clear outcome, to have more of a clear foundation even from which to work. And it is beyond fascinating to me that this is only now becoming a part of our regular conversation. People are only now starting to wake up to how powerful and how simple the breath is. So what I want to do primarily is to help people clear their minds. I want people to have a better control over their own consciousness, to have more of a clear vision and a clear awareness as to into the present moment in what they're doing. Because when we have that present balance, again, I'll speak from myself, I'm not anxious and I'm not stressed. Or at least I diminish those symptoms by quite a bit. And I'm much more capable of making effective change in my life. And so I do hope that this is some place that you're willing to look into your life, in addition to maybe other things you're doing to improve your life. But knowing that breath is this foundational core principle of ourselves, and it affects every other system of the body because it is so closely tied to the nervous system. The nerves we have in our lungs and the connection they have to the brain and all of the glandular system through the nervous system. It's wild. It's wild how simple it is. And I want to give that information legs to run throughout the consciousness of the world. So if you're watching this and this shocks you in any way, it's sort of mind-blowing to when you think about it. Please share this. Help me get the message out, because this is so simple, and there's so much to this, and you can start practicing healthy breath today. If you do, there's nothing wrong that can happen. There's no bad thing that can happen. When I've started practicing it, it's not like I have to take my consciousness and think like, oh, I'm driving, but I can't practice breathing while I'm driving, I'll lose focus. Oh, I can't listen to the song while I'm breathing, I'll lose focus. I can count while I'm listening to music. I've learned to have a rhythm that I know is about a healthy breath, and you can do that too. You're no different from me at the core of it all. And even still, you can advance and expand your ability to make choices and change the well-being that you experience throughout life. And that to me is very exciting and worth doing this work. So thank you so much for listening. Please, like I said, pass this on. Give it a like. Leave a comment, please. It really helps with getting the message out through this platform. You know how it works. Thank you so much. I'm wishing you all the best. I love you. Bye.